Good morning guys, and welcome to the weekend's edition of the MYP service. Today we're talking about self-actualization and a little thing called motivation. So what gets you going every day when you're feeling a little bit low but you know you've got to get stuff done. So we're going to dive straight into it today guys. Motivation for you for the weekend to keep you going for the rest of the week. Let's go. Motivation guys, it's what gets you going when you're feeling a little bit low. As if, for example, today when I'm recording this, I've just been watching a film with my wife. I was watching Apollo Creed's film, and then I'm currently watching online my friend who's racing at Hawaii in the Ironman Championship. So I finished doing all that and I'm super motivated now to get going. So I'm going to talk to you today about how people get motivated, what you can do at home, and how the whole sort of process works, okay? So the first thing I want to think about, my bit of advice for you guys, is when it comes to motivation, it's usually linked to an emotion, okay? So an emotional connection to an experience you've had. So whether it's an experience performing in sports or performing something well, you have then an association to how you felt. And then it can be rekindled when you see other people doing, or you hear certain music, or you visualize stuff in your mind or on TV, and that can reconnect you to that emotion, okay? So try to think about things in the past that you've done really well, and when you sit there and think about them, you get a little bit of a goose pimples down the back of your neck, okay? And you get a little bit excited about it. That's the essence of what motivation is, okay? It's what strives you and what builds you and moves you forward to improve yourself. Okay, there's three ways we can be motivated. The first one is autonomy, okay? So it's a desire to direct yourself, to sort of take control of your own life. And it's the thing that gets you up every day to go to work, okay? To prove to yourself that you're in charge, okay? And you're in control of your own life. The second thing is mastery, okay? And this is that urge to improve yourself, to be better at something, okay? That's that sense of urgency that you have to want to better yourself. So really what MYP is really about, okay? That mastery phase in your life. The third one is purpose, okay? And this is when you really start to get into the deep stuff, start to go down the rabbit hole. It's about that feeling that you have, that you think there's a bigger purpose for you in this life, that desire, that sort of reason that you're on this planet to make a difference in the world, okay? So three things: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So what can we do then to help us with motivation? Well, the first thing you need to do, guys, is refocus your mindset. So when I talked earlier about how I felt after watching a movie, we've all been there, where we've just been involved in that film and we've started to get emotional, whether it's upset, whether it's happy, whether it's excited and motivated like I was after watching the Creed film. You're able to do that because your mind was able to focus on the film only. So if you're able to do that in your life, okay, remove yourself from all the pressures of society, you can then readjust your focus of what's really important to you and really start to nail down the things that motivate you in your life. Three simple ways to help you get motivated, guys. Number one is exercise, okay? And exercise always plays a big part in everything we talk about MYP. And when you exercise, guys, you naturally release chemicals and hormones in your body that make you feel happy. And when you feel happy, you feel motivated, and you're able to have that association with that feeling, okay? So one thing you need to do is exercise. Number two, set yourself up for success, okay? So find the things you want to do well in, find the things that motivate you to do well, and if there's any barriers, find a way to get around those barriers. So remove those barriers, and then you can find yourself moving forward, okay? It's always good to have that progress, and we like to, as humans, experience progress. So tell people about your progress that you've made, write it down, okay? And that will trigger a response and motivate you to find those little bits again, okay? Because we want to keep moving forward and keep improving. The third one, guys, is reflection, okay? Reflect and review. So on a daily basis, I want you to think about, with yourself and with others, you can talk about the stuff that you've done well, okay? So reflect and review. So my last bit of advice for you guys is find 10 minutes every day, okay, with a journal or a diary, and just start writing stuff down. I want you to reflect, I want you to vent, and I want you to celebrate, okay? So reflection, talk about the stuff that's happened, okay? Get all the stuff out of your mind that you're angry or upset about, and then celebrate what you've done well in that day, and that in itself will motivate you to move on into the next day. And now for your thought, self-actualization, that pursuit for a meaning, okay, for that self-improvement, that ability to develop through learning and growth and development, okay? We're here to find out how we can measure ourselves, guys, when it comes to self-actualization, and that in itself is driven by motivation. Now for your challenge. Very simple, guys. I want you to find 10 minutes every day to sit down with a journal. I want you to reflect, vent, and celebrate. Start to write stuff. And now for your motivation. Self-actualization, guys, is the oxygen of your soul. That's what it's all about, okay? I've been Ross, this has been MYP. I hope you've had a great week and you've really enjoyed your weekend. Remember, life is one big game. Make sure you play it your way and maximize your potential. We'll see you next week.